I wonder what they're going to show. Nintendo Direct season is back! All those Twitter rumors, all the Zelda HD remakes are coming out today, right? Right? Yeah? Starting off in a spectacular fashion, showing a new Fire Emblem game is, not always a good sign. But the presentation here was actually really good. This one coming off of a leak, pretty much sealing the deal with it too. I'm happy this is here. The game itself looks phenomenal, with the presentation, at least in the Direct, being way more polished than Three Houses ever reached. It looks like it could be a very interesting Fire Emblem game. I'm excited, super excited actually. The next thing they showed was It Takes Two, which is a multiplayer-focused game that feels like it could have been tailor-made for the Switch, but it also came out last year. So it doesn't really feel like this wild thing that it's now finally on Switch, it's just late by a year. It's unfortunate that we always have these little breaks between a game's release and a game actually releasing, because most of the people who would be really interested in this have already played it, and all the others, I don't know if they were specifically waiting for a Switch port that was never fully announced beforehand. So I don't know why these keep happening, but they are happening, so, that's fine. Aw, she's so cute. Fatal Frame is one of those series where a new game can come out, I can look at it, say I want to play this at some point, and then I never play it, so I actually don't know anything about this series, so all I can say is, this looks very good for the Switch. Moving on. This game is already out, and I don't feel like talking about this right now. They did show them in swimsuits though. The new SpongeBob game looks really good, especially after the fiasco that was SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated on Switch. I really like the idea of the concept of the plot, I like the fan service that is being thrown in at every given second, I like how they got the original cast back for this, at least the cast of the current show. I'm not entirely sure if it's the original cast, because I haven't been watching SpongeBob for the last 10 years or so. I have high hopes for this one, and I'm pretty excited to see that these types of games are coming back in full force, especially because we haven't really had collectathon platformers, and I wasn't really too impressed with the return of the collectathon with Yooka-Laylee. So I'm hoping that these can kind of scratch that itch that I felt like I had but haven't been able to scratch because I'm just not really into Banjo-Kazooie-like games. But after this one came what is effectively the best announcement, which I will showcase using some livestream footage that I had while watching the Nintendo Direct today.
You're all ready.
How do you go from
Fit? Box with familiar characters from Fist of the North Star. They'll be your instructors in exercise mode, leading you through various boxing drills. Defeat as many enemies as you can with
So, yeah, that happened. Dodgeball game! Tunic is cool, but it's not looking so hot on the Switch, I won't lie. But this is just Tank Fire Emblem! No, they couldn't. They couldn't do this to me. No, I swore I would never go back to this game. No! It's a Wonderful Life. I don't know what to say about this game, other than all of the things I've already said. I just hope it's a better game than before. That is all. I'm sorry, I need to go lie down now. Square Enix came out with Octopath Traveler 2, and Octopath Traveler 2 looks absolutely great, but it is Octopath Traveler, it's always looked great. I pretty much just hope that they add more interactions between the characters themselves, because that's the main thing that was missing with Octopath 1. I honestly wish I had more to say about this one, but it's just Octopath Traveler again, so yeah, just look up a review of Octopath Traveler if you need to know more. Another farming game? So soon? This game looks fine. Might be fun if it's a multiplayer game. I don't really know what else to say. It looks like a farming game where you fight monsters. Trust me, this is gonna be a trend today, so I'm not gonna get into each and every single one of these. The Final Fantasy rhythm game is back and has more tracks than ever before. I can't let you listen to any of them, because then my video will get taken down. In all fairness, it does have the biggest track selection so far, but I don't like that it immediately starts asking for more money when the game isn't even out. And honestly, if you look at all the other like free-to-play rhythm games on the market, like Osu and Osu, but the Taiko version of that, it feels kind of disingenuous to think that all these things take so much more effort than like the base game. I'm not shitting on the amount of effort it takes to make a rhythm game. I'm absolutely not doing that. But at some point, I feel like asking for so much money for a few new tracks is kind of getting a little old and a little weird. Either way, I'm not super excited because I've already played the first 2 games and this looks to be just more of the same. So yeah. Mario plus Rabbids looks as good as it did before. Not much has changed. Nintendo is literally the only company who gets excited about showing you that the game has an overworld, and that's all I have to say about this. They didn't even show Rayman. They announced Rayman for this game. This is gonna make me sound like a hypocrite, but Rune Factory 3 is one of the games that got me the most excited for this entire Nintendo Direct, and that's all because it's a game that I've already played on the DS, and it looks so good, and I just want to play it again, and I'm very happy that now that Rune Factory is becoming a lot more accessible, I think a lot more people are gonna be able to play this, because on the DS nobody knew this game even existed. I'm pretty sure a lot of people think the series started with Rune Factory 4, I don't know. Anyway, that's farming game number 3, we're keeping track at this point. Next up, we've got a bunch of additions for the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack for the N64 games, where weirdly enough they're showing that they're adding Super Mario Party. They're adding Mario Party and Mario Party 2 and Mario Party 3, which are part of Mario Party Superstars, which is thoroughly confusing me as to why they would do that. And they're also adding Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2. I don't know if there's much of a point to playing those games because you don't have the transfer pack unless they're sneakily doing something in the background. I don't know what's up with this, so let's just see how this is gonna go. Aside from that, they showed GoldenEye 007 returning for the N64, now with online play. I mean, that's just a basic feature of the Nintendo 64 online thing, but it is pretty cool that they got the licensing sorted out and that they were actually able to put this on here. I think the expansion pass actually is starting to get some of value now. It's just kind of a shame that it took so long for them to actually get to this point. And again, they're just straight up showing us their cheat sheet for Super Mario Party. I mean, Mario Party Superstars. Fuck, why are they so stupidly named? Guys, I think I found Square Enix's favorite font. And then 2 more games that are probably really interesting but have been out on PC for a million years and thus don't really get a lot of interest from me because, again, you can look these up online anyway. I realize I'm absolutely complaining a lot about things right now, but can we talk about the fact that this game just kind of released and now they're adding more game content to it, and I don't know if anyone cares, because as with most of these types of games, I feel like everyone exhausts the content that's there at launch and then just kind of collectively forgets about it. I mean, I sure forgot this game existed until you just brought it up, Nintendo, so that's a rough one, isn't it? I swear, when I saw them chopping this tree, I thought this might have been another farming game, but thankfully it's just another RPG, which isn't really a problem normally, because I like RPGs, but it feels like today is really just RPGs and farming games. I have to say though, Atelier looks absolutely great, and I want to give it a try, but there's so many Atelier games that I don't actually know where to start, and this does not look like it could be a good starting point, so that is kind of unfortunate for me, but I will figure it out eventually. As a Mario Kart streamer, watching this live actually really announced me, and I was sitting there yes, this is it! This is what I've been waiting for, Mario Kart tracks, here we go, finally new content again, because we've been playing the same 8 tracks again for the last 2 months, and it's gonna take forever to get new content. So then we finally got the new content, and we got 2 tracks, Merry Mountain and Peach Gardens, which does confirm that all the leaks on Twitter for the Mario Kart tracks are real, so eat your heart out and enjoy the leaks, I suppose. But on the other hand, that also unfortunately means that we are not going to be able to play this until this holiday. And that's a bummer. Golf. And now for a segment I will call Aeon Speaks from the Heart. This fucking guy has ruined the Pikmin 4 announcement for me. I should be excited, but instead I was just sitting there telling the screen to continue on because he decided to spend a few minutes talking about Pikmin Bloom instead, until he suddenly said, "Oh, by the way, Pikmin 4 is coming out," and then peaced the fuck out again. We have basically not been granted a gameplay trailer whatsoever. We just know it exists now, which is about what we already knew. And I am pissed off because I really, really, really like Pikmin, and this felt like a jab directly at me. So this has pretty much killed any positive feelings I had towards this direct, even though I have finally gained my baby Pikmin 4. You know how weirdly mixed I feel about all of this right now? It's really, really weird. Psst. Hey. I hear you like farming games, because we got you another one. And there's also a JRPG added to it. Isn't that just great? In all seriousness, this looks pretty good, but... Raincoat is made by the Danganronpa guys, and it's a game where you solve murders. I mean, I can't say I didn't see that coming, but damn does it look good. They had to step away from the visual novel aspect, and they're making a game built in 3D now. And I have to say, the art really pops out. I'm actually really excited for this one, because honestly, I am just really, 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 really feeling those murder solving cases. Also, there is a girl ghost. I don't know about the girl ghost. His name is Coco Head. Speaking of cloud games, I have no idea how this game is running on the Switch, but I'm just kind of impressed that it is, and I don't know what the point of this is because we're not getting the Final Fantasy VII Remake anyway. It's really exciting that Tales of Symphonia is being brought back for another generation, except it's kind of weird how it's being called a remaster, when really it is not a remaster, this is just a straight port. What the fuck are you guys talking about? I really can't anymore with these companies. Oh my god, I can't handle this anymore. Is this almost done? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's the Kirby's Return to Dreamland remake. Yes, I wanted this. Even if it's just a straight port, I'm just happy this is here. Because this game does not need to die on the Wii. It needs to be played by everyone, especially now the platformers are all the way back. Yes, it's so good. Yes, I wish there was online play, but there isn't. No. Finally, Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 finally got its real name in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm very excited and very impressed with what this is looking like so far. Unfortunately, I am not very analytical when it comes to these trailers, so all I can really say is that this looks great, and I am so excited. Link's new powers look phenomenal and fun, and I'm really excited to see what's actually like above the sky, because it looks like they mostly just used the same map, but added an entire sky layer to it, which feels very Skyward Swordy, and I can definitely understand way better now why they actually wanted to remaster Skyward Sword before this game. So I guess that makes a little bit more sense now. As for the Direct as a whole, I feel like this is probably a good time to say I skipped over a few things because, quite frankly, I was having trouble talking about them, like Bayonetta 3, for example. I straight up don't know what to say about that. I have not played the first two Bayonetta games. Bayonetta looks hot. Alright? You get that one. She's very pretty. This is completely unscripted, in case you couldn't tell, because I wanted to put in my honest opinion of the Direct, and quite frankly, this Direct felt good at the start, and then just kind of floundered on. Just kind of did its thing for 40 minutes, until finally it ended on a high note. But I think it can't be understated that the middle part was exceptionally... I wouldn't say it's low. I think it just mostly dragged on. I think a lot of these games would have been better off if they were in separate directs. I think it was a mistake for this to be only one direct rather than one in June or July or August even, and then like one right now in September. Instead we had a partner showcase, which this kind of also felt like, to be honest. A lot of these could have been in the partner showcase. There's not really a lot of distinction between them. If they added a bunch of these to the partner showcase, it wouldn't really have made much of a difference. And I think that's basically where it lies for me. So all in all, I feel like this Nintendo Direct, from a game standpoint, looks mostly absolutely phenomenal, but from like a production standpoint, from like watching the whole thing for 40 minutes straight, it was kinda meh. I'm willing to say it might have even been one of the worst Directs in that sense. There wasn't a lot of variety, there was a lot of RPGs and, well, farming simulators, and I think that sentiment is gonna be echoed through the entire sphere of the internet. I know I'm probably not alone on this. That is pretty much all I have to say. It was just a weirdly good mid, and that's all I have to say about this. If you enjoyed listening to me ramble on about this for 15 minutes, you can probably press the subscribe button. I feel like you're in a good spot for that now. You can also press the like button if you so feel like. I don't really feel like you need to be told that, but apparently that is YouTuber stuff, so I gotta learn that, right? And do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinions, and I hope to see you next time with something completely different again, because I don't know what I'm doing. Bye bye, see you later.